I got Fast and Furious because Universal, Stacy Snyder, who was running Universal, she, whenever anybody, they had this thing called the Bel Air circuit, where you get a print of the picture and you can show it in your home and all that stuff. Well, I had an office in South Central, and that was like my production facility was in South Central. So I would get Spider-Man, I get all these different movies from the studio and stuff. And I was like, anybody wants to print of my movie, they got to call me directly and ask me for it. So Stacy wanted to see Baby Boy. So she sees Baby Boy. The weekend it comes out, she gets a print. Ving Rhames is giving the studio what's his name? Vin Diesel is giving the studio hell because they want to make a sequel to Fast and Furious, the first one. He wants $20 million. They're like, we're not giving you $20 million. I mean, they're paying him twice as much now, but, and so she sees it, she says, so she dispatches Scott Stuber to call me and ask me about Tyrese. And I said, he's funny. He's as funny as Eddie Murphy was when he was young. He's like, he's charismatic and everything. It says, oh, we're thinking about him you think he could replace Vin Diesel? I said, yeah, he could. He's like, you get a whole different thing for the audience. So they go and explore casting. This is all within a week. They go and explore casting Tyrese in Fast and Furious. And then it said, if he does it, would you consider directing it? And I said, oh, yeah. I mean, because for me, the first movie was kind of a joke. And like I had referenced the real shit, in Boys in Hood, the street races on Florence. Mm-hmm. Who was the hottest girl? The street races on Florence. That was real for us, right? And so I go in, they called me into a meeting, and I watched the movie, the first movie, and they called me into a meeting with Stacy Snyder and all the Universal brass. And I tell them, hey, this is real for me. I know this world. This is what I would do. I give them like 3 or 4 defining images that I would do. A car jumping over another car over a bridge, making Paul Walker more edgy character, kind of a rogue dude, not a cop anymore because he's so good looking and not, you want to make him, dirty him up and make him more Steve McQueen, you know what I mean? And so, I have him like do this thing called a Rockford 180 where he can slide, he can drift the car and it go up and he'd smile right to the camera and actually be very judicious about when he would smile so he'd be more edgy, right? And they just took my notes and said, okay, well, fine, a little bit of this. And I walk out of this office and they said, no, we got another meeting for you to go to. And I go on this other meeting. I said, you got another meeting. So I go on this other meeting and I walk into the meeting and it's a production meeting. I said, okay, well, we got the director. We got 4 months before shooting. And I got the job and I didn't even know I had the job. They needed a director. And we had no script. And I took the writers to the Lowells of Santa Monica because they were going to fire them. I said, no, we're going to work this shit out within 3 days. And we actually hammered out a script, made it better so that they always have they have action set pieces and then they have these informational scenes that are just filler for the set pieces. Well, I always feel in an action film, the informational scenes and the filler scenes have to be as entertaining as the set pieces. Otherwise, the audience is going like this. When the set piece comes, they go, and then when people start talking, they go, they should go the whole time, And so they sent us down to Miami for about 8 months, and we had fun. Me and Paul and Tyrese, and I got them together. They bonded really tight, and I called my friend Cole Hauser, who was in Higher Learning. He's in it, and Ludacris. I got Ludacris to do the picture, we formed a great relationship off of that, breaking another rapper. And like I said, we were in Miami for 8 months. We had a blast. I still have a place down there because of that movie.